Alright, it's about 7:30. Hello and welcome to this weather update. We're going to take a look at the weather because we got some rain on the way. After a dry day, a lot of cirrus around, but the sun was out and it was dry and it was comfortable outside. Just take a brief look at what it was like across the area today. So right now it's 58. Still have dry air in place, 42-degree dew point, and we had well, it wasn't clear. We had a lot of cirrus, but it was generally a nice, comfortable day. Highs in the mid 60s or so. Um, but we do have the rain coming. So looking at the radar, you see we do. There was some showers over Jersey. We might get this. This is a leading edge of a warm front that is approaching the area. And once that passes, I believe that is a warm front. So if we let me go back to the observations. If we look at Atlantic City, I bet it's warmer and it's more humid there. That's my guess. That is a warm front. We'll go ahead and take a look at Atlantic City right now. So yeah, it's a little more humid there. So that's the warmer, more humid air coming in. If we go even further to the southwest, like Baltimore, it should be much warmer there. So 63, dew point 54. So you see the temperatures are rising. It's heading our way with this warm front that's approaching. All right, here's a look at the satellite. You can see all the cirrus that we're dealing with today. A lot of cirrus, sun, but a lot of cirrus. Not a nice blue sky. And here you go. Here is the storm that we will be dealing with. Right now, it is over. It is over the eastern, I guess, the eastern Midwest. You can see the warm air getting pulled into it. If we look at the dew points, you will see that we have again high dew points, a real tongue of really humid air that's getting pulled up into the storm here. And again, this was tropical storm Olga. Um, but now no longer a system, no longer a tropical system. Looking at the radar, you can see here's where the rain is. So with that, let's go and look at some of the models and see what we got coming our way here. So we'll first start off with the GFS, taking a look at the rain that will be approaching our area. So here comes this low. This pulls way up into Canada. This very strong low goes way up across the Great Lakes and into Canada. But we have another secondary wave that forms along this cold front, which is going to enhance the precipitation over our area for tomorrow afternoon. You could see some pretty heavy rain that's going to be falling with that. And according to the GFS, we will see, let's see what the total accumulated precip is on this. We will see a good 1 to 2 inches of rain likely across our area. 1 to 2 inches of rain across our area. If we go and we look at the NAM model, let's see what the NAM has. Similar amount. So you have pretty much an agreement that we're going to see 1 to 2 inches of rain across the area. Of course, the timing is always the variable thing here. So we'll go back and we'll start this on the NAM now as the rain moves into our area. It's going to be, this is the 12-kilometer NAM. The rain is going to get started around noon, and it's going to be heavy at times. And then the good news is the NAM, especially if you're further west, the rain might stop by maybe like 6 o'clock, or maybe even 5 o'clock. Maybe even 5 o'clock it'll stop. So it may not rain all day, and the rain will be heavy, but it won't last like all day long. We'll have I would say maybe a 4 or 5 hour period of rain, heavy rain, and then it moves on out. This is according to the NAM. I want to look at the HRRR and see what that has. And let's go ahead and look at the HRRR. We only have out to, I don't think this goes far enough out, unfortunately. Yeah. Can't use that. That's the rapid update one. Can't use that one. Generally like using those two. I can use the RGEM if you want. So RGEM here, look at that. Look at how much rain it gives. It soaks us. And it lingers the rain a little longer, so it does a little more of a soaking. And what does this have? I'm curious. This is probably even more. No, it's about the same, between 1 and 2 inches. You can see a widespread rainfall event across the area. That's the RGEM model. So I think we're done. We'll go to the ICON model and see. This is the ICON model. Gives us a little more. Gives us a little more, like 2 inches of rain. So let's look at the ICON model and see what we have here. So here's the ICON. Again, there's that heavy rain that just like pops right over us. It has us in red. which is very heavy rain. And there could be some, you know, flash flooding perhaps from this heavy rain that could develop, because it looks pretty heavy when you get to see red reflections like that. You know, that's pretty heavy stuff. So, and the reason why we're going to go look at the dew points now, or that's, I know it's not, feature's not available on the ICON, so let's go back to the NAM model. And we'll use the 12 kilometer. All right, you'll see the humidity that comes in from this. So, see that warm front moves through. Probably actually won't move through until like tomorrow morning, and we get into this warm sector, and this is where there's gonna be a lot of lift in the atmosphere, and this is where you're gonna get a lot of that heavy rain when you're in this warm sector, and that's what's gonna cause the heavy rain. You have dew points that are gonna be up into the mid 60s, so it's gonna be muggy, and then the dry air comes in, and then you have a nice, for your Monday, you have a much more comfortable day. Dew points down into the upper 40s, much nicer weather for Monday. And we're just going to be talking about the soaker in this update. I'm not going to talk about, I'll talk about Monday, but I'm not going to go any further beyond that. We're going to do one storm at a time. If you look at all the storms at once, it just gets too overwhelming. Let's look at the higher resolution NAM. Go back to precipitation here and take a look and see how this handles. So, see, you can see what happens here. You get these really heavy, you get purples here. So these could definitely be some thunderstorms, I'm thinking. So there could be some thunderstorms here that could develop. I'm not saying this. I don't know if there's going to be any severe. I have to look at the Cape. I don't think there'll be any severe, but there could definitely be some thunderstorms because you're dealing with a lot of lift in the atmosphere. You can see the purples there. So expect a really downpour, lots of downpours. You're not going to want to be outside. And the other issue is the wind. So if we go and we look at the wind, you will see that we're going to be dealing with some high winds too. And you can see the high winds mainly over the ocean, over the waters. You could see, though, that over the waters you could see winds up to 40 miles an hour, and that strong south wind could cause some coastal flooding. So that's why there is, if we go to the National Weather Service, you will see that we have a coastal flood advisory in effect for our area. So that is looking at the NAM. We'll go and look at the GFS. And we will also look at the sky. Well, I want to look at the sky cover too, to see what happens on Monday. So Monday, you see, we get rid of the clouds, and we have a pretty sunny, nice day across our area. That is the GFS. We'll just take a look at the NAM. NAM has more clouds on it. It always seems to have a little bit of a cloudy bias. We'll have to see what happens with that. But NAM has a little more in the way of cloudiness, is like a little bit, because it has that northeast flow and having some clouds come back at us. But you know, we'll worry about that when tomorrow night comes. I'm focused on this storm that we're dealing with for tomorrow. So let's look at the temperatures. We'll go back to GFS here. Show you the temperatures will be coming up too. So we'll go through the temperatures. Move this back. You'll see what I mean with temperatures. You see that warm air? It's gonna probably hit 70 in New Jersey tomorrow. You can see that really warm air that gets pulled up, and this is why you have the instability and the heavy rain. This is warm tropical air, a little tropical moisture from Olga too in there too, enhancing it. And then that moves away, and then we have temperatures in the mid 60s for Monday. So I want to look at some other models. I want to look at the thunderstorm threat for tomorrow. So we're going to go back to the Ventu Sky site. We're going to go and look at the 27th. That is tomorrow. We were going to be looking at 17, let's see, not much Cape in the atmosphere. So when you don't see much Cape here, it means that there probably won't be any severe thunderstorms. That threat does not seem to be. Let's go and look at the lifted. Now there's some other things we can do. Is lifted index is another one. And let's take a look at lifted index and see what we have. You can see there's some lift in the atmosphere. So that's why you have the showers. But as far as severe goes, I don't think we'll be seeing any threat for severe weather, but you definitely could get some thunderstorms tomorrow. I think that's entirely possible. Let's go look at windy.com, and we'll take a closer look at the wind forecast for tomorrow. And this uses the Euro, so let's go ahead and look at that. Wind gusts. Let's go to tomorrow. Yeah, this is the concern here. So these are the wind gusts across our area tomorrow. 59. Oh, this is the Euro. Wow, this is This is bad. 47. So this is again the euro. So yeah, this is going to pile the water on. There could be some power outages again tomorrow too. There's very strong winds. And these are wind gusts, but this is serious. Now these winds are pretty bad. Let's go to 5 o'clock, and they start backing off once that heavy rain, that low-level jet cuts off, because that wind, what it is you have a very strong low-level jet. So when you have a shower or a thunderstorm, it's going to help bring those strong winds down to the surface, and that's why you're seeing that. So again, this is the sustained wind. But when you look at the sustained wind, you see the worst of the sustained wind is mainly over the east end and the south shore, not so much over our area. Yeah, it doesn't really get too far inland, but the gusts can. The gusts can. So let's go look at this rain thunder threat. Okay, so here we go. This is noon on the euro. This is 2 p.m. So right around 2 p.m. This is really, look at this. So this is the rainfall rate, I guess in 1 hour, and it could drop an inch an hour. So this is going to be some stormy stuff that's going to move through around the afternoon tomorrow. So very stormy afternoon expected, I think, for our area. Let's go to 5 o'clock, and then it moves it away. So again, it looks like there's an agreement that after 5 o'clock it's going to improve. Conditions are going to improve. But the afternoon is going to be the worst part of the day tomorrow with this really heavy rain. And we could see, again, heavy rain, strong winds, possibility of power outages, flash flooding, coastal flooding with this before it finally moves away. And lastly, we will look at the clouds. Obviously, we have tons of clouds. But let's see what Monday looks like on the euro. So, yep, Monday looks beautiful. So we will be rewarded with a fairly nice Monday once we get through tomorrow. So with that, I guess that wraps up this weather update. Again, we have this storm that's going to be moving through tomorrow. Just beware of this. Again, this is what we're going to be dealing with as far as clouds. I mean, as far as heavy rain goes, thunderstorm threat. Again, we're going to have to watch out for that. Again, thunderstorms possible, torrential rain, strong winds, some scattered power outages, some scattered flash flooding, and coastal flooding possible tomorrow afternoon. I would recommend just trying to avoid travel during tomorrow afternoon if at all possible. With that, that wraps up this weather update. I'll keep you posted on the storm. Thank you for watching.